Hi there, Joseph Carabas again. Still listening to the Allman Brothers. It's a bright sunny day now. Last time we chatted, it was overcast and rainy, quite wet. Ended up dragging leaves all through the house. I want to continue on the thread that I did previously. Still working with how Jerry and Betty became the least entertaining couple in the neighborhood. And I wanted to emphasize some things that are making me really do the rewrites, being so active in the revision, not editing, but this is a real revision. And the difference between a revision and an edit primarily is an edit is what can I fix without really changing the story? A revision is this story needs to be changed in certain places. There are some scenes that just don't work. And it's this. So I'm going to read a little bit of Jerry and Betty to give you a better idea, I hope, of its weaknesses. Betty waited until Jerry's eyes were half closed, his feet up, and his recliner pushed back until he was stretched out on it. He napped off and on during the day, his body still most comfortable resting in something resembling his ship's cryo couch. When he seemed most comfortable, she leaned over him and asked, "Anything more to do with the press?" "Nuh-uh," he shook his head slightly. "NASA?" he snorted. "No." "Any more politicians want their picture taken with you?" He blew a raspberry at her. "Dr. Koss says you're okay, right?" He smacked his lips, cushed himself into the recliner a bit more, and mumbled, "Old fart." "Then tonight, Mr. Gerald Fortin, you are mine." He opened his eyes, smiled, and took her hand as she pulled him from the recliner. 2 hours later, Jerry said, "I'm sorry, honey." "Jerry, it's okay. No, Betty, it's not okay. I may have been in cryosleep, but I didn't stop thinking about you." "Jerry, I understand. I'm happy just to have you home. Honest. Besides, there's always tomorrow. Now let's get into cuddle position 2, and we'll work on it in the morning. Promise." The moon shone strongly through their bedroom window while they slept. Betty, not used to the sound of breathing beside her in bed, woke up, reached across the sheet, and felt Jerry there, remembering her husband was home. As she touched him, she heard a chatter. Like a cat watching birds it knows it cannot reach. She sat up and realized the sound came from him, from inside. "Poor baby," she whispered. "Not used to home cooking?" She lifted herself to kiss his cheek and noticed his eyes were open as if gazing at the moon. Even though his eyelids were up, she couldn't see his eyes, not even the whites. Dr. Koss assured her Jerry was fine, fatigued due to readjustment to Earth gravity, perhaps, but nothing more. She snuggled beside him, heard a gurgling inside him, and smiled. That's nice. And that's the problem. It's nice. It's not outstanding. It's not gripping. It's okay. Do you really care? I mean, are you just burning to know more about Jerry and Betty, what's going on? I know that I'm not, and I wrote the damn book. So that's part of the problem. And this gets us into story crafting and storytelling. Storytelling, in case I've never said it before, is do you have a good story to tell? Story crafting is do you tell a good story? You may, and this, I'm sure I've talked about this. You remember the professor you had who was just pure genius in his field, but you fell asleep in his class because he did not know how to present the information? Versus the other guy, the other professor, who may not have been the tops in his field, but he knew how to get a point across. He knew how to take the audience and just make it work. And they had, standing room only in his lectures, his or her lectures. That's the difference between storytelling and story crafting. You have to know how to tell the story really well. This story is nice, the way I've written it there, that first scene, that's nice, but just nice. So what you have is, in what I read, a lot of toing and froing. That discussion about you'd have to go to to the NASA? Do you have to go talk to him? You have to go see those politicians, blah, blah. Toing and froing. It's not really necessary. Does it develop the character? Slowly and weakly. Could be done a heck of a lot better. You can get rid of basically all of that. What's key is Jerry's back from a mission in space, and that needs to be fleshed out a bit more. You know, how long was he gone? What was he doing? Where was he going? And then just go right to they're having trouble making love, having trouble sexually. Jerry can't get it up. And then put on top of that, built on top of that, is she wakes up in the middle of the night. She hears something. It's coming from inside of him. Food. you have all the makings there for a really interesting extraterrestrial alien baby something or other. But the way it was presented, no, it lacked concision, which is conciseness. It lacked conciseness because of the toing and froing. You didn't need it. Get rid of it. Poor character development. There was character development, yes, but not really gripping character development. It was too slow. And because it was too slow, the reader, me in this case, got bored with it. If I didn't have anything else to do, yeah, maybe I'd read more, but it just wasn't there. However, what I do know, reading with Editor's Eyes, is it's fixable. That's going to be coming next. Hope that's helpful to you. Take care. He searches for the stop recording button. There it is.